Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. We're Molly Does Disney. We do Disney tips, tricks, videos, vlogs. We've got our series Greatest Moments of Disney History. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification icon to make sure you keep updated on everything Disney.
Yeah. Today's video, however, is going to be on Disneyland Paris's rides. Now, we've already released our top 5 rides at both the Disneyland Park and the Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris, so please check those out if you haven't already. This video is going to be our countdown of Disneyland Paris's 5 worst rides and attractions within the parks. So these are rides in serious need of an update or a lack of theming and the kind of charm that most parts of the Disney parks have. And they're things that Disneyland Paris really should scrap to bring it on par with its international counterparts.
I'd say especially now that since Disney has actually bought Disneyland, which sounds really weird to say, but
they actually own it.
Yeah, now that Disney actually owns Disneyland, it's their opportunity to really put some life into it. So hopefully, like now that Disney has it, they can improve all of these rides.
Yeah.
They can scrap them or they can bring them up to date and they can sort of put all of their inspiration behind it.
Anyway, on with the list.
Number 5 is Indiana Jones et la Temple du Perrault, or Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril. I'm sure that sort of every French person just died a little bit inside.
Sorry, French-speaking people.
I'm very sorry for that. This ride is located in Disneyland Park's Adventureland and takes rides on a rickety runaway wagon in and out of dark, mysterious jungle ruins. It's inspired by the Indiana Jones film franchise and it actually opened back in 1993. So if you think theming-wise, it's very similar to sort of a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Big Thunder Railroad, that sort of thing. You're in a little outdoor rickety thing as you sort of fly around.
Yeah, so Indiana Jones et la Temple du Peril is one of Disneyland Paris's key thrill rides. It has one inversion and it goes about 60 feet above the ground. So
that sounds nice and hard.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not keen on heights, that's not going to be one for you. And you do have to be 1.4 meters to ride. Although it fits in pretty well with the rest of the Adventureland surroundings, because it's got sort of jungle-style vegetation and expedition equipment scattered around, and sort of winding paths in the queue, as well as a huge temple that the ride actually rushes around. Once you actually get onto the ride itself, you just don't experience that Disney magic, unfortunately. It feels like you could be at any other theme park.
The theme in itself isn't particularly sort of exciting.
Yeah.
I did feel like when you were at the time, they could have quite easily just taken away the Indiana Jones size, put on their sort of Mowgli escaped from King Louie.
Yeah.
This attraction was designed by legendary Imagineer Tony Baxter. I think we need to sort of just get a catalogue of Tony Baxter pictures because we go through so many of them. We say it so many times. We just sort of need just like, I don't know, like a lifetime supply of his autographs and everything just sort of like.
This is not sponsored by Tony Baxter.
Yeah. Disneyland California does actually have its own version of this ride called Indiana Jones Adventure, Temple of the Forbidden Eye, and Tokyo Disney Sea has the Temple of the Crystal Skull version. Both versions are meant to be infinitely better in almost every way. So they are completely different things, but the other ones are just on that other level of immersiveness and they just have that much more behind them and they just seemed like people cared so much more about them when they were creating the attraction.
Yeah, it was probably, I'm sure it was a money issue, as a lot of things are with Disneyland Paris, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, at one time Disneyland Paris version did actually go backwards, which may have been a bit of an improvement. In an attempt to increase guest numbers, Disneyland Paris reversed the ride, so it went backwards. But it didn't last that long though, and in 2004 it was changed around to be going forwards again.
Yeah.
So basically they just keep like switching it around to try and keep it interesting. I do remember when we first got there, like I was actually really excited for it. It's like, this is going to be a well good ride. Oh my god, 5 minutes queue, like that's so good. There's a reason.
Number 4 is Blanche-Neige et les Sept Nonnes, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in English. A classic Disney dark ride in Disneyland Park's Fantasyland area. It's in serious need of an update though. It's an opening day attraction, so it opened on the 12th of April 1992, and it seems it hasn't really been touched since that point very much.
No, I'd say the ride itself is actually really good and there's some really good scary bits on it as well, sort of like when you go forward and then the evil queen she starts off as like young evil queen, and then she spins around and she's evil.
Yeah, she's the evil old hag or something. That bit is pretty good.
That is really good, and most of the ride is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's just that it seems like it just needs a paint job. That's it. They need to swap out the animatronics, especially when you get to the end and you see Snow White, and she looks like.
She's like the oldest animatronic I've probably ever seen. Like, she blinks like one of those creepy dolls sort of thing.
Yeah, and her face doesn't look very good compared to the other animatronic. The ride is super kid friendly and has no height restrictions at all, but it can be a little bit on the creepy side for the little one, because it is sort of like it used to be called Snow White sort of scary adventure.
I think it's still called that in California actually.
Oh really? The concept of it is you ride a minecart through all the key parts of the Snow White story. There's also versions of it in Tokyo Disneyland and Disneyland California. So California vlog's coming soon. Disneyland Paris version is so quick that you don't really get a chance to have a look at the smaller details of it. It actually does go through it like quite fast.
It does, yeah.
But should you want to sort of sit there and sort of analyse everything. Redeeming features of Snow White 7 Dwarfs, however, are the beautiful brick building that it's situated in, and it fits wonderfully with the rest of Fantasyland.
In at number 3 is Les Tapis Volants, or Flying Carpets over Agrabah. This is inspired by the 1992 film Aladdin, and it involves boarding your very own magic carpet and soaring around a giant genie lamp through the skies of Agrabah, which, although it's pretty good, it's sort of another version of the Dumbo ride. It's sort of a classic concept, and it is open to everybody because it has no height restriction. But the location of this ride is just baffling. It's in the studios. Why are you not in Adventureland? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's because Genie is directing a film.
I know.
So Genie is the director, and he's sort of yelling
It's so
instructions at you.
shoehorned.
He's like, everyone smile now! So I think the reason why it's there though, it's just there to drag queues away from the more popular things. So at the moment it's next to Crush's Coaster and the Art of Animation Studio, which they used to be Bella. I think now it's Mickey and Minnie that you can meet there.
You can meet Moana there.
You can meet Moana there.
We miss her. You can't anymore with Mickey and Minnie now.
So the ride is just there as like an overflow. It's in the Toon Studios part because you're being filmed for a movie set on the backdrop of Agrabah. You play as the extras in Genie's directorial debut. We're guessing it's there due to a lack of space in Adventureland, or like I said, to drag queues away from the other more popular things. It just seems ridiculous to have this ride there. It opened in 2002 and has versions in Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World, and Tokyo Disney Sea. Yeah, so really this ride just needs a bit of like tender loving care. They need to really just improve it. They need to think about why it's there as well.
Number 2 on our list is Studio Tram Tour Behind the Magic. This is a tram tour ride that's basically a backstage tour of movie and TV sets. And it's got props and information on the screen in front of you to take you through what you're seeing basically, and those screens speak in both French and English. The English speaker on screen is Jeremy Irons, which is pretty cool because he voiced Scar, but that I'm pretty certain is the only redeeming feature I can think about for this attraction.
We're going to get a lot of hate mail for this because it's quite a well-loved Disney staple for Disneyland Paris. I know lots of people love it.
I'd stand by it.
But it's just, and if it was more modernised, then I would agree that it's reasonable. But it's just so incredibly dated.
I'm pretty sure this attraction has actually not changed at all since I went when I was 11. So what's that? 2009?
They really just need to do something with it. They just really need to update it, to modernise it, or scrap it completely and replace the spot for something.
Yeah, I mean,
either keep updating it with what the new thing is that people want to be seeing, and that can be the appeal for it.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way, but that'd be a good way to keep it modernised. Or just scrap it completely and replace it with something which can have long-term value.
Yeah, and I mean it takes up a lot of space as well back there, a lot of space. Like if you put a roller coaster there,
oh god, yeah,
which hopefully they can do now that that it's actually owned by the Walt Disney Group. Hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah.
I just think it needs to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're driving around for like 10 minutes or something and see only two things. The ride opened in 2002 on Hollywood Boulevard, and as you said, you sit in the little car and you go around. There's one bit which is the more famous part of it, which is what I thought the whole ride actually was, which was a bit of Catastrophe Canyon, where you're hit by water, there's a little earthquake shake around you, it breathes fire on you, which is quite nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Aside from that, however, you're basically just taking a look around old movie props, which are sort of lackluster commentary coming to you from the screen.
Yeah.
So just really needs a revamp. And finally, at number 1, the worst ride or attraction at Disneyland Paris is Armageddon Les Effects. I'm not even going to attempt to say that, and it's absolutely god awful. We did not enjoy this attraction at all. It's really just a waste of your day.
Yes, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do not bother.
It's inspired by the film Armageddon, and the attraction got to Disneyland Paris in 2002, which is a really obscure film to be at Disneyland Paris, actually, because although it's sort of quite a famous film, most people know it now, mostly for the soundtrack, to be fair. But I suppose at the time they just thought this is going to be an amazing film which people are going to remember for sort of decades. So it's in the backlight area of the Walt Disney Studios Bar. It's meant to be an explosive special effects experience in a spacecraft control room with this crazy Russian guy sort of yelling things at you about what's going to happen and how sort of we're all going to die. There's one bit which is quite exciting. But then it finishes, and you think, oh, it's just starting to maybe get good, which is at the end where you actually nearly get set on fire, which is quite fun.
Yeah, but then that's it.
But then that's the big finale, and I was like, oh, I thought that was it starting.
It's just 22 minutes of meh, because you have the pre-show as well.
Yeah, the pre-show is just. I actually really respect the person who did the pre-show, because he was putting his heart and soul into something which wasn't very exciting.
Yeah, he was.
And yeah, he was quite impressively. He spoke about 5 different languages.
He did.
It was like who's English, who's French, who's German, who's Spanish, and then he just sort of repeated everything in different languages.
This attraction aims to put guests onto the set of an orbiting space station where you film a thrilling new effects scene. And the pre-show, as we said, is sort of meant to build you up to being an extra in this scene. The cameras start rolling, a meteor shower hits, the space station begins to fall apart, the ceiling collapses, the floor creaks, there's fire, there's all sorts going on. But it's so unexciting, it's just a build-up into nothingness.
That's so weird how you can describe the ceiling falling on you, fire everywhere, the room collapsing, it creaks, earthquakes. And it's not exciting. Yeah. We're not bitter, but I think we're just sad that we wasted half an hour of our life. So that's it. Those are our top 5 worst attractions and rides at Disneyland Paris.
Don't take us so.
Yeah, we hope we didn't offend anyone too badly. We really hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know why you disagree with our suggestions, or if you agree, or what you think the worst rides are. Now that Disney owns Disneyland Paris, hopefully Bob Iger will be watching this video. Hi Bob. Please take our suggestions on board and do what you can to rejuvenate these parts of Paris.
So yeah, we'll see you all real soon, including you, Bob. Bye guys!
Thanks guys, bye!